Dear student, good morning. In a past chapter, we have learned about the diversity of living organisms or the characteristics of living organisms, how the living organisms are differentiated from non-living organisms, and the different rules of scientific nomenclature. We have learned about International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, International Code for Zoological Nomenclature, binomial nomenclature, etc. We have discussed in the last class. Also discussed taxonomic aids. What are the taxonomic aids used for identification of an organisms? In this chapter, we are going to discuss about biological classifications. In the previous chapter, we got that the living organisms having diversity means there are different type of living organisms found in the biosphere, including from microorganisms to giant plants and animals. All living organisms, how they have differentiate or what are the distinguishing character which are using as identifying character from them, etc. we have learned in the previous class. Now, for biological study or study of an organisms, some procedures or classification systems has been made by different workers. To study of a particular organisms, we need some scientific procedures about the scientific name of an organism, in the which group that organism is belongs, and how this organisms is different than other organisms, or what are the similarities within the same group of the same organisms. So to understand the variations or differences among the living organisms, workers has been developed some classification systems, and that classification systems we will discuss in this chapter. Let us see the basic history about biological classification. Before going in details to this chapter, let us discuss briefly about history of biological classification. If you study the history of biological classification, at the very beginning you will get the name Aristotle. Aristotle was the first man who tried to classify the living organisms. He classified the plants on the basis of their some superficial or external characters, and he named these as trees, shrubs, and herbs. So this is the most simplest form of biological classification. He classified the animals into two groups. Now he kept the organisms, those having red blood, and keeping another group, the organism who is having no blood. Means I am telling here the organism means the animals. This was the most simplest biological classification system that was developed by Aristotle. So this classification system was very simple and not followed by the subsequent workers. Because if you see his classification system, there are lots of demerits, because all the plants we cannot group as trees, shrubs, or herbs. Among the trees having varieties of the species, among the shrubs and herbs also having varieties of herbs. All herbs are not belongs to the same species. All trees are also not belongs to a species, or all shrubs are not belongs to a same species. So shrubs having the different species, tree also having different species, herbs also having different species. That is why this classification system was not followed by the subsequent workers. Like that, animals also, we cannot group the all red blood organisms in one group. We cannot keep all the organisms in another group who is having no blood. There are lots of animals you will see in the biological world having no blood. Whether all these organisms are same? Never. So due to this type of this mass demerits, this classification system was ignored by the subsequent workers. The next two kingdom system, two kingdom classification systems. We know or we heard the name, most popular name in the taxonomy, that is Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus is till today known as the father of taxonomy. He has given scientific name for many plants and animals. But his classification system was most simple. He has divided entire biological world into two groups, Planta and Animalia. Under the Planta, he kept all the plants under this kingdom and all the animals under the Animalia kingdom. Sometimes some plants also keep under Animalia, and sometimes some animals also keep under Planta. These were his disadvantages in his classification system. That is why the subsequent workers also ignored his classification systems. Carolus Linnaeus could not differentiate between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, unicellular and multicellular organisms, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. All these organisms he kept in one group, or sometimes keeping same organisms he has kept in another group. That is why his classification system has numerous demerits which cannot be considered as true or cannot be used as a classification system. But although this classification system has several disadvantages, but in the scientific world or in classification systems, it has given new door to the subsequent workers to do more research on classifications. After Linnaeus, one of the most popular or still popular biological classification system is the five kingdom classification systems. This classification system was done by R.S. Whitaker in 1969, and this is popularly known as five kingdom classification systems. This classification system has many merits or advantages than earlier classification systems. R.S. Whitaker has divided entire biological world into five kingdoms. The first kingdom is the Monera. Second one is Protista. Third one is Fungi. Fourth one is Planta, and fifth one is Animalia. The kingdom Monera is the simplest kingdoms, having only unicellular prokaryotic organisms. Means that organism having only one cell without nucleus, like bacteria, archaeobacteria. Such type of most primitive organisms are grouped under Monera. The next kingdom was Protista. In this group, the organisms which are unicellular but have their definite nucleus, means the eukaryotic cells, are kept under Protista, like amoeba, chlorella, chlamydomonas type, algae. These are the organisms which having nucleus with one cell. These type of organisms keep under kingdom Protista. Then another kingdom is fungi. Fungi, you know the fungi are the non-photosynthetic achlorophyllous plants having some distinct characters which are not similar with the animals or in plants. That is why R.S. Whitaker has kept this plant in another or separate group, that is fungi. In your next semester, you have to study, or in your next classes, you have to study thoroughly about fungi. What is fungi? What are the characteristics of fungi? Everything you will get in the later chapters or later classes. In the fourth group or fourth kingdom, that was named by R.S. Whitaker is a planta. Planta means the all green plants they keep under this kingdom. Green plants means including from Bryophyta, algae, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, Angiosperm. All plants are kept under this kingdom, that is planta. In the next class, we will discuss in details about planta and what are the plant species or plant groups are kept under this planta. We'll get. The last or fifth kingdom is the Animalia. All the animals, including from Porifera to the giant animals, the mammals, all are kept under Animalia kingdom. So, as compared to the earlier classification systems, R.S. Whitaker classification system is much advanced. One of the most important characteristic he has included in his classification system is the phylogenetic relationships. Phylogenetic relationship means the relationship of the organisms on the basis of their ancestral origin. How two closely related organisms or species have closeness in their origin, or how their parents are related with other group of the organisms due course of evolution. He has analyzed these type of characteristics, or he has considered phylogenetic characteristic is one of the classification criteria in his classification systems. Beside this, he has considered cell structure, body structure, mode of nutrition. This character also he has added as a determining character in his classification system. That is why his classification system is much advanced than earlier classification systems. So if you remember who introduced the five kingdom classification systems, he is who? R.S. Whitaker in 1969. What are the five kingdom systems? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Planta and Animalia. What are the most determining or distinguishing characteristics he has considered in his classification systems? You have to say the cell structure, body structure, mode of nutrition and phylogenetic relationship among the organisms. So today I have discussed with you the history of biological classification system. So from today's class, we have learned about history of biological classification. I told Aristotle is the first man in biological classification systems who has divided plants in three groups as trees, shrubs and herbs, and animal kingdom is divided into two groups only, the organisms or animals with red blood or animals with or without red blood. But this was very simple and not accepted by the subsequent workers. And two kingdom classification system was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. Two kingdom were Planta and Animalia. That classification system was also ignored by the subsequent workers. The five kingdom classification system was introduced by R.S. Whitaker in 1969, and he has divided entire biological world into five kingdoms that are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Planta and Animalia. As compared to earlier two classification systems, R.S. Whitaker classification system is considered as advanced or having many advantage characters. He has considered the characteristics such as cell structure, body structure, mode of nutrition of the organisms, and the phylogenetic relationships among the organisms. So these are the characteristics that used by the R.S. Whitaker got that the R.S. form of. I hope that you have understand what we have discussed in today's class, and you watch this video repeatedly